5 years, y'all. 5 years I've been patient. I've been through mixtapes and EPs and guest verses, and finally, I can confidently say it's an album. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad, Woolly, and you are here again for another edition of Woolly Reviews Hip Hop Data. We got an album review today. We're gonna talk about the brand new album that just fucking dropped. It makes me smile just saying those words because it's real. It's fucking real. From one of my favorite MCs ever. I've been following her career for 5 long years, and I've been seeing the progression and the development and the growth and the shine that she's been getting. And finally, we have reached the point that I've been waiting for so long. The official album, Rock Nation, Jamla, all that shit's ready to fucking go, and the Granddad's here to talk about it. She's back. She just dropped the new shit. We gonna talk about it. New motherfucking album, Rapsody, Laila's Wisdom, is here. Let me just breathe a sigh of relief. Thank you, God. For those who don't know, Rapsody is a dope MC out of North Carolina. She's signed to 9th Wonder's Jamla Records, and she's been doing her thing for the past few years. She's got a lot of dope projects under her belt. Her debut, The Idea Beautiful, which made me a fan of her, but also She Got Game, which is a dope mixtape, 2 EPs, The Beauty and the Beast, and Crown, which I did review both those projects and were in my top albums of those years. And it's really just good to see her progress and grow and get to the point she's at. She's got dope features with Anderson .Paak and Kendrick Lamar, Ab-Soul, just to name a few. But now it is her time to shine, and now we're gonna see what she's bringing with this new album, Laila's Wisdom, and if it is that dope album that I've been waiting for, or if Rapsody should have just, kept dropping EPs because the album just wasn't ready. I mean, she said this took 2 years. Maybe it should have took 2 more. I don't fucking know, but we gonna see. Let's talk about the shit. Now, when I first popped in this album and I tuned into the production, which is all done by 9th Wonder and the Soul Council, which is the production team that Rapsody has been using ever since she started. She's going with the team, she's sticking with the team, and that's good to know. Rock Nation ain't done shit to change her mind. She fucking with the people who got her there, and that's dope. And the production on here is so goddamn dope. You get that Soul Council 9th Wonder style production, but it seems they went up yet another level, even from Crown. Like when I did the Crown review, I was like, yo, the production has stepped up another level. Well, this shit stepped up on top of that level, and now they're just doing so many great things on the production side. There's a lot of great instrumentation on here, a lot of great sampling on here. Drums, as always, are really dope and heavy. It's the classic 9th Wonder boom bap style drums, but they're just put and infused into so many different sounds and moods and vibes. But at the same time, Rapsody is also experimenting with some new sounds and some new vibes and some new styles to really just kind of set herself apart and not really box herself in from the sound she's been doing for the past few years, which is dope. So it's good to see that Rap is taking some chances on the production side without sacrificing herself as far as lyrically or just content-wise, and really giving us that true Rapsody that we've known and grown to love over the years. And when it comes to Rapsody, if you know who she is, you know she got bars. She is always heavy with the lyricism, and she's always killing it. And on this album, it's no different, but I did realize that she kind of sort of peeled back on the heavy amounts of bars and lyricism as opposed to other albums, and she sort of swapped it out for more, relatable subject matter and more content that's story-driven, which isn't a bad thing. I really like that because she's telling more stories, she's being more introspective, she's being more relatable, and she's also just, not really just giving you bars every track, which I ain't got no problem with that because I love me some bars here and there, but it's good to have things that you can just listen to and kind of resonate with and have hit you in the feels and just make you really just love a song more so than just being a lyrical song, but just as far as subject matter is concerned. This album has a really great balance to it, and even though, like I said, the bars are peeled back compared to other Rapsody projects, they're still crazy bars. Like, rap can still fucking go no matter what. Even if she went from like 100 to like 97.3% on the bar level. I mean, it's like, I can tell though, cause like I study shit, but even though you listening to it, you can still catch some great, clever, witty lines that just make you go, God damn, she's so goddamn dope. But at the same time, she has those things that's like, yo, that's so fucking real. I've been through that. I've dealt with that shit before. Rapsody knows how I feel about that shit, and that's also great to hear with this album. And when it comes to the features on this album, Rapsody got a lot of dope heavy hitters on the album to come through and do their damn thing, and she got a lot of motherfuckers. Hold on, she got Kendrick on the album, Lance Skywalker, Anderson .Paak, Black Thought, Moonchild, BJ the Chicago Kid, Busta Rhymes, who else? Terrence Martin, Music Soul Child, Amber Navran is on here. Also, I heard Ninth Wonder was doing some singing on here. Ninth Vandross up in the motherfucking game. She was doing that shit. Also, I think Myrna was doing some vocals on here as well. So they got a lot of dope features in here. They got some people who just came through and absolutely killed it. But one thing I realized about this album as far as the features are concerned is that even though you got these big name features coming in doing their thing, Rapsody still stayed that shining centerpiece the entire time with this album. She didn't get overshadowed. I didn't feel like somebody came and washed her. She was actually washing niggas with Tide and Gain at the same time. That's a lot of detergent, but you know what the fuck I'm saying. She was still holding her own. It shows the level of talent and ability she has, and she's able to just carry that album with or without the features, which I really like about Rapsody. And she just does her own damn thing. Now, you know I gotta give you my top 5 tracks, and this shit was not easy, y'all, because this album is so goddamn dope. I love every song on this motherfucking project. It's 14 tracks, over an hour long, but goddamn it just sounds so damn good. And there's so many tracks. So before I give you my top 5, let me just like break down some tracks that ain't in the top 5, but I do want to mention. So there's tracks like Pay Up and Sassy, which are sort of like the different side of Rapsody, you know, more upbeat, dancey, more sort of, I guess you would say, commercial, radio-friendly type tracks, but at the same time, to the core, they're still Rapsody. She's talking about subject matter with relationships, like Pay Up is a song about gold digging relationships where one person is paying for the other motherfucker while they ain't doing shit. And then you got Sassy, which is actually inspired from a Maya Angelou poem, which is really, really dope. And it's just Rapsody just, you know, sort of stepping outside the box, but still keeping true to herself. But then there's also tracks like Power, which is a powerful song that talks about positions of power in different ways, shapes, and forms that are outside of the game. And then you got Kendrick coming in with a crazy verse. Rapsody got her crazy verse, Lance Skywalker on the hook. And also around the end of the album, there's a little chunk of songs called the relationship chunk. Well, that's what I call it. But basically, there's a song called Knock on My Door. And the song is really dope. But what I want to touch on is this little skit in the beginning. Basically, Rapsody goes to her neighbor's house. I think it's her neighbor. It's this dude she's feeling. So she goes over there, knocks on the door. He opens up. She's like, yo, I'm cooking these Red Hots and I ran out of bread. I was wondering, like, can I borrow some white bread? You got some? Oh, you watching the game? Yeah, I like basketball too. Maybe I can come up in there. You know, we can keep each other company, you know, hang out a little bit. Spend some smooth ass game on this nigga. He ain't know what hit him. And she just out here swooning niggas with Red Hots and basketball knowledge. Rapsody, you got it all. You just can do anything you fucking want in these streets. And it don't matter because like you got it. You got game. The fucking mixtape was not lying. But it's a dope song. But what I want to know is like, did you bring the Red Hots to the house? Because the Red Hots weren't even mentioned after that point. Or was that just a play to get in the game? Because you smooth if you did that shit. But now I want some Red Hots. I really do. But those are just a couple of the tracks that I wanted to touch on that did not make the top 5. It just edged out. But these are the ones that did make the top 5. So my top 5 are Laila's Wisdom, Chrome, You Should Know, a roller coaster jam called Love, and Jesus Coming. Okay, so let's go back up to the top. So Laila's Wisdom is the opening track and the title track. And this track right here is a great way to set off the album. It starts off with this little like church gospel feel with it, with these nice little piano on here and this little choir singing in the back. Rapsody comes in with her dope smooth flow and it just slowly builds and progresses. Then you get them dope boom bap drums that just come in on top of her verse as she's still going. And she's pretty much just spit that wisdom. She's giving some wisdom bars and at the same time just pretty much illustrating her come up, saying like, yo, we made it to this point right now. You know, I had to go through some shit. I had to get through the thing. I did it with my team and this is where we at right now. So now it's time for me to give y'all some of that Laila's wisdom. And you know she got some dope lines on here. She got a dope lines like talent level through the walls, I'm the juggernaut. Or, you know, they say I'm 3/5 human, the rest is an Autobot. Like, she gonna be in the next Transformers because the movie's been whack. If you put Rapsody in there, it might be a little bit better, but probably not. But it don't matter. I mean, she transforming on niggas, but it's a dope song, dope opening. I love the lines on here. Just a great way to open this album, and they made me so happy. Like, yes, we officially here. Album time on that ass. Check it out. The next song, Chrome, was a really dope song. I like the beat on here. It's sort of like a stripped down, sort of like, I guess it's like boom bap. It's like an old 90s style like track. It's really hard to explain, but it's just got this real stripped down feel to it, but it hits really hard and I like it. And it's rap low-key stunting on niggas. I mean, you know, she been chasing chicken. She got that pocket muscle up, so she, you know, she copped herself a new coupe and she gonna put them chrome things on it. And when is it coming? It's coming in June. I hope you meant last June, because if you're talking next June, nigga, like what kind of fucking shipping you got, Rapsody? Super economy deluxe shipping? Like, it's like, it takes forever and like it costs $2 or some shit. I mean, whatever you gotta do. I mean, but I'm just saying, Or you should get FedEx to do it. I mean, they get a little faster. But it's the dope track, and it's got a real dope beat switch up for the second verse, and I just love this song. It's just one that you want to ride in your coupe with them 20s on it. I don't have a coupe or 20s on my car at all, so I can't relate, but I'll just listen to the song and visualize. That's what I can fucking do. The next song you should know was actually the first single, and this features Busta Rhymes, and the beat is really dope on here. It actually samples Goody Mob's Cell Therapy, which is really cool, but it's got its own little flavor and spin to it. It's got these nice vocals from Myrna, I believe, is on the hook, and Rapsody is just going off. Like, I ain't even going, like, especially the second verse, she fucking blacked out. It's so many lines on here. I'm not even gonna bother doing quotables because I can quote the whole damn verse. She is killing it. And I don't know how you were breathing on that second verse rap. You had to be punching in because there's no way in hell. I listened attentively. I didn't hear you take a breath for that entire verse until the end. Like, I don't know what the fuck you was on or doing. You had a respirator on you. I don't know, but you was killing it. And thank God you was killing it because I love that fucking song. And then you get Busta Rhymes, who comes in for the third verse and switches the whole vibe of the song up. The song actually switches beats. Busta Rhymes comes in with a verse where he kind of professes his love to someone he's in love with and just talks about that. And what I like about it, at first I didn't really understand it, but I like how he did that because it kind of sets up the love chunk of the album that I talked about earlier, because the next three songs all consist about relationships and love. So that verse sort of kind of acts as a bridge to lead into that, which I thought was really smart and really dope. The next song, a roller coaster jam called Love, is actually right after You Should Know, and this sets off the love chunk that I like to call. And this is a very dope song. It's actually 3 different beats on this entire song, which is really dope. And it's pretty much Rapsody just saying, talking about the ups and downs of being in a relationship and being in love. Like, sometimes you love somebody, but you don't want to be around them. You're like, nigga, go away, go do something. You ain't got no fucking friends, shit. But at the same time, you're like, I love you, don't go away too far, because like I might need you a little bit. And it's just about them ups and downs of being in a relationship. And if you've ever been in a relationship, you know what the fuck that's like. But my favorite part of this song is actually the very last beat. The beat on there is so smooth and mellow, and you just vibe to it. You got Music Soul Child coming in with the vocals, and it's just got a really just nice vibe to it. It's got this nice jazzy horns on there. I just love that beat. I love the whole song. The first 2 beats are dope too, but when that third beat kicks in and Rapsody comes in with, cause it's the roller coaster love. It's just so smooth. Oh my God, I love that. That's what really sold it for me. I was like, yo, I love this fucking song. And that shit just makes you want to dance, groove, but at the same time, it hits you right here in the feels if you know what it's like to be in that relationship where it's just up and down and you can't stand them, but you don't want them to go away. That's what it's like. And the last song in my top 5 is Jesus Coming, and this is actually the closing track of the entire album. And I really like this song a lot. The beat on here is very unique. It's using this sample. I don't know where the sample is from, but it's pretty much, it sounds like they're just using the sample. There's really no drums on here. There's really no other melodies. It's just this Time to Go Home sample. It sounds like a really old song. I don't know where it's from, but it's really fucking dope. But what Rapsody is doing with this beat, she's taking the sample and she centers it around these 3 stories within the verses that all have to do with someone going home or going up top. So the first verse, I believe, is about this kid who actually gets peer pressured into taking drugs and actually overdoses and dies from it. The second verse is about a mom and her daughter who were out playing and they ended up getting killed from gun violence, from stray bullets. And then the third verse is from 2 people from 2 different countries who are in the armed forces, and they're actually fighting against each other, but they kind of realize that they're fighting for the same thing, just for different sides, and really they just both want the same thing, and that's to go home to their families and just be safe and not really have to deal with this shit. So it's really Rapsody giving multiple perspectives, but at the end of the day, somebody's got to go home, and it's always some kind of tragedy or sadness. It's got this real mellow and somber vibe, but Rapsody does a great job with the storytelling that it really just comes together as a beautiful work of art with this song, and I just love how it just ends out the album. And that's my top 5, y'all, but I gotta say that Laila's Wisdom is a beautiful piece of work. Rapsody did a great job with this album. I can see why it took her 2 years to put this together, because it's so much attention to detail and so much balance and so many things that are in this album that just come together so well. And it really just shows how much Rapsody has developed as an artist, and this album is clearly one of the best of the year, hands down, and I just can't wait to see what she's got in store for us next. So my final verdict, I'm not saying that Rapsody Laila's Wisdom is a superb album that's well produced, well thought out, well put together, and just shows that Rapsody is going to be here for a very, very long time, and she has solidified her place in the game. All I'm saying is that beats are fire, a lot of great change-ups on here. The Soul Council and Ninth Wonder did an amazing job tackling the production on this album, and they just give a great sound for Rapsody to express herself over. And when it comes to Rapsody, bars are there, subject matter's there. The content she talks about is all relatable and real. The features she gets come through and do their damn thing, and there's really no problems with this album whatsoever that I can see. I love this album. It's definitely going to be in my top list at the end of the year, and I just can't wait, like I said, for what she's got next. Thank you for giving me an album, Rapsody. I'll stop bugging you about it. Okay, you can throw about another 4 or 5 EPs until the next one. I'll wait 5 more years. I can do that shit. But all I gotta say is that for me, Rapsody, Laila's Wisdom is 100% Granddad approved. Definitely go check this album out. Support this album. Support Rapsody. She's been working hard for many, many years to get to this point, and she deserves all the success and all the praise that she gets. And this is an album that I'm going to have in rotation for a long time, and I just can't wait to see what she's got cooking up next. But I got nothing more to say. Rapsody, Laila's Wisdom is Granddad approved. So go check out the shit right fucking now. Flip it. Alright, y'all, that's going to do it for today's video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and drop a comment. Tell me what you think of Rapsody, Laila's Wisdom. If you heard it, if you have not heard it, you are fucking up. So stop fucking up and go listen to this shit because this album is amazing. I got nothing else to say about it. I'm going to let the music speak for itself. Previous videos on the side was my latest single. Check that out. Show us some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen. Button below. Woolly Reviews twice a week. Also, check out the gaming content. Support me on Patreon. All that other good shit, all the shit is below. You know what it is. And I got nothing more to say. So until next time I take my leave, Granddaughter, Rapsody, Laila's Wisdom. This album's a fucking masterpiece. Like, it really is. I really ain't got nothing else to say, but I'm speechless. Like, but let me borrow some Red Hots, Rapsody, because apparently you ain't eat them. Like, I'll eat them and bring the bread, too. Like, I mean, you know, and maybe we can collab. No, I'm just shooting my shot. I'm just saying. I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. I'm out of here.